I'd like to bring to order the October 28th meeting of the Tiverton Town Council. Please stand for Pledge Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk.
Councilor Paul.
Present.
Councilor Edwards.
Present.
Councilor Janik.
Present.
Councilor Edwards.
Present.
Councilor DiMederos.
Present.
Councilor Burke.
Present.
Councilor Milburn is absent.
Consent agenda, approval of Town Council minutes, October 15th, regular meeting, October 15th, executive session, October 18th, special meeting, Councilor Edwards and Milburn absent. Acknowledge receipts of minutes from boards, commissions, and committees. Historical Cemetery Commission 2, Historical Preservation Advisory Board 1, Harbor Commission 1. Acknowledge receipts of reports, Treasurer Saurette. September 2024 Budget and Revenue Reports. Approval of tax assessors abatements, $3,149.11. Would any council like to take anything from the consent agenda? Councilor Edwards?
Madam Chair, I'd like to pull C1, or 4C1.
Anyone else? I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda without 4C1.
So moved. Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. Councilor Edwards.
All right. Couple things that stood out to me just on the first page. And this may be helpful for future reports. I don't think the treasurer's here, so. Oh.
She's somewhere. There she is.
Hiding. There it is. I love it. I think it would be helpful, at least for the police pension line item, if we could just throw like a what percentage funded we're at relative to the last actuarial valuation. Because I think we're pretty close to being fully funded. Okay. Yeah.
What did she say?
84%, which is great. And then the other piece I wanted to just bring up, because we talked about this when we reissued the contract to Mega, and then I know we had some contracts and stuff getting away, but it'd be great for us, at least, it won't be this council, it'll be the next council, to circle back with the administrator on addressing the bag situation, pay-as-you-throw, and whether or not we can get to an automated collection point. Because if you look, it looks like we're averaging like 32,000 a month, which gets us to roughly 390,000 in annual income off of pay-as-you-throw. And I know some months are up, some months are down. So just straight line average gets us to 390. There's definitely an opportunity, whether it be stickers and the automated collection, for us to increase the revenue and offset that cost. So perhaps on a future agenda, that's something we can address.
We talked about it at the agenda meeting, and Rick was supposed to still come up with quotes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't seem for the life of me to find where that original contract was.
In the mega contract.
Yeah,
It's actually in the contract.
that's right. I just don't have a copy of it, so.
Some of the stuff we haven't discussed.
Okay. That was it. And with that, I'll motion approval of 4C1.
Second.
Motion's been made and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. Public comments. Susan Anderson, Crosswalk Painting, Highland Road. Hi, Susan.
Hi, so I do have a comment regarding the painting that they're going to do on Highland Road. And I had put a sign right next to the steps of Central Baptist Church saying, "This is not a church. Do not," in red letters, "paint the crosswalk." And I noticed tonight when I'm coming here, I see these little dashed lines that are going to be a crosswalk in front of the steps. And it's like, it's a waste of paint.
It used
And
to be
there's-
a church, but it's...
I know,
yeah.
but there's no church there. And they think it's still there, but there's no sign, there's nothing. It's a private home, it's a private residence. Well, it's not a residence yet, but it's privately owned, I should say. So they're wasting paint by doing that crosswalk, and it's going to nowhere. So I just wanted to, if
Right, that
somebody
would be
can
the
let them know
state,
that
correct?
wasting it.
I will address it with the state, but I can almost assure you that it's not gonna get painted this fall. They did the yellows and the white lines, but some of the other things, they're not gonna be able to get back.
I hope not, because that's a waste
Well,
of
I'll have
paint.
Rick address it with the contractor with the state.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Susan. All right, we're going to try to make this as short as possible. Appointments and resignations. Acknowledge of resignation. Shirley Muller for Cemetery Commission, effective 10/18/2024. Kathy Clarendon from the Library Board of Trustees, effective 10/15/2024. Maureen Morrow from the Little Committee, effective 10/15/2024. Joyce Andrews from the Little Committee, effective 10/15/2024. Sister Michelina Plant from the Tiverton Housing Authority, effective 9/30/2024. I'd entertain a motion to accept their resignation and thank them for their service.
So moved.
Second.
2 questions.
Yes, Mike?
One comment, and just, I'd clarify with Bob. Shirley's resignation says as chairperson, vice chairperson, but it's actually from the committee.
She sent me a text message stating that she was going to,
I love them.
she sent me a text message stated, "You need to start looking for someone. When I come back," she was in Ohio, "I am resigning. Need younger people." So,
No comment, Bob.
What does that say for you, Bob?
You got an older brother?
Speak for yourself.
I'll tell you what she said.
So apparently she's resigned.
So she's
Yes.
resigned.
That was a yes, right, Bob? That was a yes. Okay. The second is, and I don't know if we know, Sister Michelinda was a resident, so is that seat for residents?
That is for a resident.
Okay,
Yes, it
okay.
is. We talked about that somewhere.
But I think there's an applicant who's a resident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, motion's been made in second. All those in favor? Economic Development Commission, 5-member board, 4-year term, 1 vacancy. Dean B. Holt, 33 Village Road, request reappointment for term ending 10/15/2028. Is Dean here? I think this is what we need to do, right? Bring them all. Okay. Hi, Dean.
Hi there.
Just tell us briefly why you'd like to be reappointed.
I've enjoyed the couple of years that I've been on the
Microphone.
Economic Development Committee, and especially the last 12, 14 months, whatever it's been, working on the subcommittee for the revitalization of North Tiverton and finding a reimagined use for the business park, industrial park. Feel like my work experience is some relevance to different elements of the process to get us from where we are to where we collectively want to be. So if others disagree, they can speak up. But anyway, I thought I would like to continue what we've started. I feel like we're going in the right direction.
Thank you. Any questions? Yes, John?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we waive our policy and reappoint this evening.
Second.
Motion been made in second. All those in favor?
Madam Chair, I'll follow that up by making a motion that we reappoint Dean Holt, 333 Village Road, to the Economic Development Commission for a term expiring 10/15/2028.
Motion been made in second. Any further discussion or questions?
Just one, I just want to say, it's been a pleasure working with you on the North Tiverton Revitalization Group.
And echo that, Dean, and your involvement with both has been wonderful and very much appreciated.
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
All those in favor? I didn't vote yet. Okay.
There's the vote of confidence.
Yes,
I made the motion, but you act too quick, I'm gonna have to change it.
Juvenile Hearing Board, 7-member board, 3-year term, 1 vacancy, 2 alternate vacancies. Patrick Myers, 211 Justin Street, request reappointment, term ending 10/15/2027. Patrick? Hi, Patrick.
Good evening.
Same thing, just tell us why you'd like to be reappointment and your experience so far.
Sure. I've actually been on Juvenile Hearing Board for 12 years now. So I began in 2012. I am actually a child protection social worker supervisor down in Fall River, Mass. So a lot of work with kids and juveniles and, you know, families and stuff like that. So that's how I ended up starting to work on the board. And since that time, you know, we've continued to have some cases here and there. It's been quiet in town.
is good.
We do have some cases coming up in November, though. But it's been great to work with Tiverton PD and the different detectives that I've been able to work with. And so I'd just like to be reappointed to continue to work with the juveniles here in town. So
Thank you.
Madam President.
Any questions?
Just a comment, and then I'll make a motion if you like. I appreciate your professional job. I work for your counterpart in Rhode Island. So I'm not in child protective,
Thank you.
though. Child protective is a hard job to have, so. So I would like to make a motion to reappoint Patrick Myers, 211 Judson Street, for the term ending 10/15/2027 to the Juvenile Hearing Board.
Do we have to make a motion to
Waive.
waive?
3 vacancies. Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. So
Wait.
there's 3-year term, but there's only 1 vacancy. Does this count the reappointments?
The other two are alternates.
Okay. So I need a motion to waive our policy.
Motion to waive the policy.
Second.
And to reappoint Patrick Myers.
So motion to waive our policy. I have a second. All those in favor? Motion for Patrick. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you very
very
much.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Bob, come on up, but don't read us any more texts. Bob Sodoma, 19 Bayview Avenue. I can joke with him like this. 19 Bayview Avenue, request reappointment as first alternate term ending 10/15/2027. Why would you like to be reappointed?
Well, it's a very interesting board. We get to help kids in the town. Hopefully, we get to guide them in the right direction when they when they go down the wrong path. We can guide them to the right path. As many of you know, I've been involved in the youth in Tiverton for many, many years. Basketball league, little leagues, softball league, and stuff like that. It's my way of giving back to the town, and it's my way of trying to get these kids back on the correct path. Probably
It's
going to
legal.
surprise you, but I've been down that other path now and then, so I speak with a little bit of experience on getting them back on the other path. But I enjoy it. I got a very good attendance record. I go to all the meetings and stuff like that, and it's just something I enjoy. You got a good team there, and I'd like to continue to be part of that team.
Thank you. Entertain a motion?
Madam Chair, make a motion that we waive our policy on 6C, 2, and 3.
Second.
Motion been made and second. All those in favor?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we reappoint Robert Sodoma, 19 Bayview Ave, to the first alternate for the Juvenile Hearing Board for a term expiring 10/15/2027, as well as Dr. Benita Cade, 12 Antelope Way, for the second alternate term ending 10/15/2027.
Is she here, though?
She did email yesterday and said she was going to get.
Okay, I just didn't want her to be here and not interview her. Okay, motion's been made and second. All those in favor? Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Bob.
Historic, Preservation Advisory Board, 5-member board, 3-year term, 2 vacancies. Susan Anderson, 1137 Main Road, request reappointment, term ending 10/15/2027. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Just tell, I know why you want to do this again, because of your love for it, but just give us a little,
Yeah, there's one thing, when I forgot to mention all my past work experience, I forgot. I'm on the zoning revision committee.
I know.
I don't know how I could have forgotten that.
It's just a little bit of time. Susan.
Because you were probably in the room at
Every
the
other
time.
Monday, and every planning board meeting, and every special planning board meeting. Well, I would like to continue all my programs, the plaque program, and everything I've done.
And you've done a lot, and we all appreciate it.
Yes. I'm finally starting to work with the Vacker sign people on the historic site markers. So we've got 3, I gave them 3 different ones to work on. No, 4. I don't remember, but anyway.
Any questions for Susan?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we waive our policy and reappoint this evening.
Second.
Motion been made, second. All those in favor? Deb, did you have a question?
No, I just want to say we are so thankful and we're so fortunate to have someone of your caliber, of your passion and dedication and historical knowledge. I just have learned so much from you and continue to learn so much from you.
Thanks. Anytime you want to know about a house.
Yeah.
I've walked in those houses with you. I don't know that I want to do that again.
Madam Chair.
If we ever appoint a town historian, you're looking at her.
Yeah, but I've only lived in this town for 30 years.
Well, that's okay. You know more than I do, and I've lived here 60 years, so. Motion's been made and second. All those in favor?
We already voted. Madam Chair, given that Ms. Anderson is eminently qualified, I'd like to make a motion that
I
we,
thought somebody already did that.
we waive the policy.
I'm
Make the motion
sorry.
that we reappoint Susan Anderson, 1137 Main Road, to the Historic Preservation Advisory Board for a term ending 10/15/2027.
Second.
Motion been made and second. All those in favor? Thank you, Susan.
Thank you.
Library Board of Trustees, 7-member board, 3-year term, 3 vacancies. Term ending 10/15/2022. That's 2 terms, and the other term is 10/15/2025. Carol Herman, 1106 Main Road, request reappointment. Hi, Carol.
Good evening.
You've been doing this a long time.
7 years now.
Tell us why you'd like to do it again.
I think it comes down to the fact that I believe so strongly in the importance of public libraries in our country in general and to our community here in Tiverton. And so I want to continue to make sure that the library remains a valuable resource to the community. I do have a professional library degree. I work as a school librarian, and I feel that that allows me to make a meaningful contribution.
Thank you. Any questions for Carol?
No, just a comment. We are again fortunate to have you as part of the library board. It's a wonderful board, and there's really great strength on that board, and
It's a very good group of people.
It
We
really
work
is.
well together, and we have fun doing it.
I'm sure.
Thank you, Carol.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive our policy for both E1 and 2 and appoint this evening.
Second.
Motion been made and second. All those in favor? Entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we reappoint Carol Herman, 1106 Main Road, to the Library Board of Trustees for a term ending 10/15/2027.
Second.
Any further discussion? Motion been made and second. All those in favor?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Marlene Boulier, 301 Boogamash Road, request appointment.
Well, Marlene's coming up. This one, we have a choice?
Yes, we do have a
Yeah.
choice.
Okay. Of dates.
I was just going to ask you, do you want to do the 10/15/2027
That would be my,
instead of another?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Hi, Marlene.
Good
Tell us a
evening.
little bit about yourself and why'd you like to be on the board?
Well, I've been working with the new library for about 7 or 8 years now. I deliver books to homebound people and make sure that they get either books or tapes or whatever they need. And I'm there every day or every other day at least doing things. Right now, we're putting on a turkey basket giveaway for the town residents. So I'm there twice a week, at least now, a couple hours a day, to make sure that they get their vouchers so that they can pick up their turkeys. And of course, the library is very good about allowing us to use their facilities. So I'm very involved, and I know all the kids down there, so it's a very good fit for me.
Any questions for Marlene?
Just a comment. I knew Marlene in her previous
Previous life.
where she's a nurse. And,
Again, like me.
and very detail-oriented. You're a case manager, very detail-oriented and fun and easy to work with.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Marlene Bullier to 301 Booger Marsh Road to the Library Board of Trustees for a term ending 10/15/2027.
Second.
Motion been made in second. All those in favor? Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Personnel Board, 5-member board, 4-year term, 2 vacancies. Eugene Reposa, 413 Hooper Street, request reappointment, term ending 10/15/2028. Hi, Eugene. Tell us why you'd like to be on the Personnel Board, which is a tough board in itself.
Oh, it
We all
is.
know that.
You know, basically, first thing, I've been serving on the juvenile board for probably 12, 15 years, and I went on the personnel board to try to bring the best candidates for the town of Tiverton that we can do. You know, what I mean, some come true, some go. Basically,
And
that's
you've been
about the answer.
very, this Personnel Board has worked extra hard the last few months.
Oh, we get big money.
There's been a lot of applications for fire and
Fire,
other,
and matter of fact, we're meeting tomorrow, I
Yeah.
believe, with the planning.
and I've been to a couple of meetings and I know how hard you work.
Thank you.
Lucky will get harder because we'll get more.
I was just going to say the same thing. It will increase.
Yeah, we
next
still have
few months.
vacancies, so you're gonna do some work.
Oh, yeah.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive our policy for 6F, G, H, I, and J and appoint this evening.
Second.
Motion been made in second. All those in favor?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion that we reappoint Eugene Reposa, 413 Hooper Street, to the Personnel Board for a term ending 10/15/2028.
Second.
Motion been made in second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Thank you.
Thank you, Eugene.
Thank you, Eugene.
Thank you.
Dr. Marguerite Rizzi, 88 Bonswallow Drive, request reappointment for term ending 10/15/2028. Hello.
Good evening.
Like I said to Eugene, you guys have been working very hard recently, and we all appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
So why would you like to be back on?
I've been on the board a few years now, and I think it's really important work. I think we have a very excellent board. Jim, Joy, Jean, Joe, and me. And we work really well together.
You
I
do.
think we really understand the role. And when I was looking at a way to make a contribution, since I had a lot of experience with hiring, I thought that might be a good place for, me to fit. And I think that it has been, and
It has been.
I would definitely like to continue the work because I think it's important work.
Thank you. Yes, Mike?
Thank you very much for the work you've been doing. I just wanted to note, and speaking out of turn here somewhat because we're not the school committee, but they will be putting together a search committee for a new superintendent. And given your experience of 24 years
I was
as
thinking
a
the same
superintendent, I'm going to suggest that you might want to reach out to them and see if they could use your assistance. If you're interested.
She'll think about
In
it.
helping them search, I would be. I have to say, the reason I left the job is it was beginning to impact my blood pressure.
Okay.
And I have
Okay.
no reason to think that doing it in a different town would be any different
Okay.
from that.
But helping
Not
them
looking for you to be one, I'm just looking.
But I would certainly, I would be happy to help in the search, and I might be able to actually contribute in that way.
I think you would.
Well, we're really a laid
What a
back
good
town.
idea.
Yeah. Your blood pressure would go a lot higher.
Any town, it's a hot seat, so,
It is.
you know,
It
I
is.
think I've done my time.
I'd entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, motion to reappoint Dr. Marguerite Rizzi, 88 Barnswallow Drive, to the Personnel Board for a term ending 10/15/2028.
Second.
Motion's been made in second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Richard Guimon, I saw him somewhere, there he is. 37 Neck Road, request appointment for term ending 10/15/2027. Hi.
Hi.
You've been doing this a while, right?
Here 9 years now,
Yeah.
so you don't need a reason why I'm here.
Why do you want to be back on the
I was about
Conservation
to.
Committee?
I really can't answer that. It's like a habit. In all seriousness, it's a decent group, and Tom, the chairman, does a wonderful job. I hope this council appreciates
Oh,
what
yeah.
Tom does.
We do, we
Oh, yeah.
do.
Very much
I
so.
mean, we're all the peons in there, but Tom does the work.
Well, you
Trust
do some work too. You all do.
Yeah,
You
well,
attribute,
that-
but I
that
do
may be
agree with
true,
you.
But the bottom line is, it's
Tom's
Tom.
great.
Yeah. But, you know, fisherman all my life, I always was a conservationist, to that degree.
Perfect.
And, I'm here.
Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Questions for Mr.
motion
Guimon?
to reappoint Richard Guimon, 37 Neck Road, to the Conservation Commission for a term ending 10/15/2027.
Second.
Motion been made in second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Litter Committee, Julianne Knight. It's a 5-member board, 4-year term, 2 vacancies. Julianne Knight, 58 Indian Point Road, request appointment for term ending 10/15/2028. I thought that was you when I was looking. Hi, Julie.
Hello.
So why would you like to be back on the Litter Committee?
I've been attending the monthly meetings and volunteer on the adopted area list, so picking up trash. And I'm very passionate about the environment, and I really believe we're doing a lot of good things
You are.
to make this town as litter-free as possible.
Which is a difficult task.
Yes.
Any questions for Julie?
Yeah, I want to know about your time in Norway.
Oh, beautiful. There's not much litter in Norway. I'll be
serious?
honest with you.
I second that, having just been there. You're gonna like seeing it.
Madam Chair, motion to reappoint Julianne Knight, 58 Indian Point Road, to the Litter Committee for a term ending 10/15/2028.
It's actually an
Second.
appointment.
Oh,
It's an
appointment, never
It's
mind.
an appointment. yeah.
Not reappoint, appoint.
Second.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an appointment, both these are appointments.
that was my fault.
Yeah, I second it.
Motion been made in second. All those in favor? Thank you,
Welcome
Julie.
aboard.
Welcome,
Welcome
thank
aboard.
you.
Thank you.
Janice Carroll, 145 Judson Street, request appointment, term ending 10/15/2028. Getting through it. Hi. Why would you like to be, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you would like to be on the Litter Committee.
Well, I have been on, not on the litter committee, but I have been attending meetings since, I believe, 2018. I've been passionate all my life about litter, and I found out about the litter committee in 2018. So I've been attending and volunteering and doing our best because the town is just inundated with litter, and it's
Yep.
just awful.
Yep.
Any questions?
Madam Chair, motion to appoint Janice M. Carroll, 145 Judson Street, to the Litter Committee for a term ending 10/15/2028.
Second.
Motion been made in second. All those in favor?
Thank
Welcome
you.
aboard.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Housing Authority, 5-member board, 5-year term, 2 vacancies, term ending 10/15/2027 and 10/15/2029. Cecile Rose Giemer, I don't know if I pronounced that right, 99 Hancock Street. Is Cecile here? No. This is an appointment, so I really think we should meet her.
This,
Yeah.
yeah, and this is the
The resident.
who lives in
Yeah.
in the residence, yes.
So we'll table this for the next meeting.
Then there's another one vacant for that too, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, I'll motion that we continue I-1 to the next meeting.
Second.
Motion been made in second. All those in favor? All right, zoning board. Tough board. 7-member board, 5-year term, 1 vacancies and 2 alternates. Lisi, 938 Lake Road, request reappointment, term ending 7/15/2029. Why in God's name do you want to do this again?
I must be, I must be out of my mind.
How long have you been doing it?
Too long. I think the 80s.
Yeah, it was before me.
Yeah. It's really, I must admit, there are days that I go to meetings and I'm filled with dread. And there are times I go to meetings and I really feel good that I went at the end of the meeting. I think it's an important role. I've been a member of the bar since 1977, and I'm still licensed. I think being a lawyer allows me to bring, a good perspective, and also, I think, helps me listen to the citizens that want to be heard, no matter how many times they repeat themselves or how many times they voice matters that are irrelevant or whatever. And you have to be patient, you have to be kind, and you have to follow the law, which I think is at times rather confusing or or contradictory or whatever. And, we have the discretion, and I try to exercise it in a way that's in the best interest of the town and the taxpayers here.
And just like us, some of your decisions are not popular?
No.
And people
Sometimes they are and sometimes they're not.
Sometimes they are and sometimes they aren't.
Yeah, right. But, it's a lot of work. It's a tremendous amount of reading. And, I do my own research before, every meeting. And I have great respect for Mike. And we don't see eye to eye all the time.
No,
But
he has great respect for you, too.
although he won't admit it.
No. He tells us. He tells us. He just won't say it.
No, but I think we work really well together, although we may differ from time to time, and that's healthy. I think dissent is a good
It
thing.
happens here quite a bit.
Yeah.
As long as you do it kindly.
Yes, exactly. I was a public defender for many years, and I've learned how to deliver messages kindly. You're going to jail for life.
Please don't ever deliver that to me.
In my case, it didn't happen that often. But,
Any questions for Lisa?
Just a comment. The zoning board, it's a very, very challenging board. I'm at most of the meetings. I think that people don't realize often that you have to follow the law, and you can't make decisions just because you like someone or don't like their property, or you have to follow the law. And I know you say that a lot, but I don't think people always hear that.
Well, they don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it, right. So I think it's a very challenging role that you have, so.
Well, it's so challenging that by the time I get home from meetings, I usually don't sleep that night.
We know that feeling.
I'm
We
sure.
know that feeling.
Oh, well, scotch works.
Yeah. Sometimes it helps before the meeting, too.
Been there, done that.
Poor Mike.
Lisa, shut up now.
We do appreciate you, though, Lisi.
Well, I
We
do the best I can. Not infallible, but you do the best you can.
Any questions for Lisa?
Madam Chair.
Yes.
Motion to reappoint Lisa Gishite, 938 Lake Road, to the Zoning Board of Review for a term ending 7/15/2029.
Second.
Motion been made in second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Thank you, Lisa.
I got to say,
Thank
you're an
you.
easy crowd. The last time I had an interview didn't go so well.
Didn't go so well for me, I'm watching it.
Thank you.
Being part
Thank
of it.
you.
Edward Carl Schuber, Jr., 124 Long Pasture Way, request reappointment as first alternate, term ending 7/15/2025. Hi, Ed.
I gotta tell you, Lisi is an outstanding chairperson, she really is. It wouldn't survive as well as it does without her. She does a great job, she really
She
does.
stopped so she
Yeah,
could
she
hear you.
stopped so she could hear.
Well, with that,
Why would you like to be back on it?
Well, it's been.
Well, I know you want to be with Lisi, but other
Right,
than that,
yeah.
yeah.
No, we have a group of really good people on, I learn a lot. It's been a couple of years now since I've been on the board, and I've been also invested in what we're doing with seasons. And I've been to all the meetings, and we've been meeting twice a month as opposed to once a month, because it's important. We're trying to get this thing wrapped up, and it just drags and drags and drags. And we do occasionally make a lot of difficult decisions that are not necessarily in favor of people that think it's going to go their way. And that's just the way it runs sometimes. But we do have to follow the law. And for that reason, I'm invested in it and want to at least try another year, see what happens.
And we thank you for your time on that board. Again, it's a difficult board, and they're difficult topics, and they do last a long, long time in some instances.
People come in and they blame us for having to make decisions that are unpopular. But
We
have
know
to-
how that feels.
Yeah, but we have to follow the law.
Madam Chair, motion to reappoint Edwin Carl Schober Jr., 124 Long Pasture Way, to the first alternate on the Zoning Board of Review for a term ending 7/15/2025.
Second.
Motion been made and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you. Good night.
Marlene Olivia, 15 Dilly Hill Drive, request reappointment as second alternate, term ending 7/15/2025. I don't think, this is a reappointment, so.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we reappoint Marlene Oliva, 15 Gilly Hill Drive, for the second alternate, term ending 7/15/2025 on the Zoning Board of Review.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I don't know who that.
I don't know who that is either.
Did Ed already leave? Yeah, I think.
I'm not sure that is a reappointment.
It is.
It's a reappointment?
You know who that is? Okay.
You do?
Do you know if they've been coming to meetings?
Well, there's second alternate, so.
Right.
She hasn't been to every meeting. She has been to some. I don't know her exact attendance record, but she has not been to every meeting. Especially this season's meetings, because she wasn't here from the beginning, so she misses most of those, but.
Oh, that's probably.
Maybe that's why.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Thank you. General business, let me get closer. Discussion and possible vote to schedule a public hearing to advertise schedule public hearing and to advertise public hearing for an amendment to Appendix A zoning ordinance, Article 16, special use permits, Section 1. This amendment will change the period that requires a special use permit shall be converted to non-permitted from January 2024 to November 2024 to the period of January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024. For those of you that want this clarified.
Yes.
Okay, this is, they are still working on the special use permits for different things, and we put a moratorium on some of them until they got it all done.
So this is, if we,
So it's only another month, but they feel they need another month to work on it.
so we're going to schedule a public hearing, which we have to advertise for 21 days to kick this out to the end of December. So it'll be the next council that actually approves this, correct?
Yes,
No,
otherwise, well,
Maybe not,
yeah, potentially, but otherwise, all those things become a right,
yes.
even
All
if
of
we
those
don't want them
become
to be
a
a right.
So,
But if you think about it, the new council's probably not going to get appointed till the second week in December. So this might be something we have to hear. That's what happened last year. It was like the middle, it was like December 10th, I think, or.
The list is so extensive.
It is.
And the planning board has gone through this list for months, and they're not completed yet. So if they do not have it on there, then it's automatically permitted.
Just what date are we going to do this? Because if we're going to extend it from November 30th to December 31st, we
Well,
get...
it's 3 weeks.
Well, can I just clarify something? When the law changed as of January 1st, every special use permit which didn't have specific criteria would have become permitted as a matter of right. The council, at the recommendation of the planning board, changed every special use permit to not permitted until such time criteria could be formulated. So this extends the not permitted of special use permits until the end of December 30th, 2024. So this hopefully will give them time to finish the ones that they still need to do, and there are a lot. They got sidetracked on a couple of other issues, but there are a lot that need to be done, but it really can't be, I think they know that this is not going to be, cannot be extended much longer,
Right.
so. Right now, anything that was a special use permit that they haven't adopted special criteria for has been changed from a S to an N, and that's where they are now. So N is not permitted. Has
Mike-
nothing to do with the moratorium.
No.
My question is just around the timing.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the
You got to
November
advertise 3 weeks.
25th.
It's a zoning change. So yeah,
Yeah.
because our moratorium would expire, I think, November 30th.
So Joan won't get it in the newspaper till next week, correct, Joan? So it's the first, second, third. We probably wouldn't hear this until the fourth week in November, which. I
Which
don't
is
think we have a
Thanksgiving.
meeting. Do we have a meeting?
November 25th, but there's not enough time if it goes in next week.
So it would be the first meeting in December, and it may certainly be the new council.
But we're going to be,
It can't be the first meeting. in
that's what I mean, it
Say
has,
3 weeks.
Yeah, but it cannot be the first meeting in December.
Why?
because
then it
it'll,
expires November 30th.
yeah, that's my point.
Right now, it expires November 30th.
Part of the
But it
purpose
has
of
to
the
be, though.
extension was not only to complete the list, but to give time to do the advertising,
Correct.
the hearings.
But you see what I'm,
Vote.
but if, we have to advertise it for 3 weeks.
Right.
So,
So if it goes in next week's paper, right, does that next week counts?
That counts.
Right, so,
One,
but,
two,
but when the
three.
paper comes out, so it counts from the 6th, correct?
yeah, so, oh.
Guys, I'm not coming here on Thanksgiving, I'm just,
No, you're not coming on Thanksgiving.
because that's
We could
when
do
it
it.
would be,
No, what I'm thinking, everyone listen, December 2nd is the first Monday. We don't really have a meeting, but we could have a meeting just to do.
but it's
we
already,
can't.
it's already
It
expired.
expires
Well,
on
you could
November
have the
30th.
meeting on November 21st.
25th.
We can?
Yes. I think that's the goal. That is a council meeting.
Okay.
Okay, that works from a timing.
Not Thanksgiving,
Okay.
John.
Otherwise, I'll be at your house for a little
Yeah, we'll come over
sweet
for
potato
turkey.
pie.
Mike, you're always invited.
Yeah, no, it's-
Madam Chair, motion to approve the advertising and schedule the public hearing for November 25th council meeting.
Second.
Any further discussion? Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor? Discussion and possible vote, DPW Director Rogers. Discussion possible vote to approve $250,000 555 allocation to the DPW Paving drainage account number 5406794, and an additional MRBP reimbursement be allocated to the 55406794. I don't get this. So how much do you have in your paving?
Is about
$1 million.
$1 million
Okay.
or so.
So why do you want more?
Because the town has been participating in the RIDOT Municipal Road and Bridge Program.
Right,
And the town received, the DPW received funds from opera.
okay.
So we spent opera funds, but the
But
reimbursement.
knowing that we were gonna be reimbursed for it.
Yes, knowing that DOT would reimburse
Reimburse it.
33% to the town. But it's DPW's opinion that the reimbursement should be put towards more paving, whether it comes from capital, opera, or general funds.
Yeah, but you already got. Chris, you wanna explain it better?
So I actually agree with Rick.
Yeah,
The
just
money
ex-
that
I
came
don't get
back
it,
from
that's all.
reimbursement
should go back into the paving so that you can leverage that for the next state grant.
Exactly.
So
All right, so the opera money,
Was spent, and we had to spend the
We
ARPA
spent the
money.
ARPA money, we got reimbursed by RIDOT.
So this is no longer really
The
ARPA money.
reimbursement would just go to the general.
general fund, so we
Instead,
want
it should go into the.
Okay, I get it now, I just was, even at the agenda meeting, I didn't understand it.
Thank you.
All right, so we gave this money from opera.
I know.
And then we got the money, but it went into the general fund.
Oh, it went into,
It's just been held in suspense right now.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
well, anything we get usually, yeah, it goes somewhere around the general fund.
and so we don't come into the same hiccup again, whatever language is, that any more reimbursement from that 215 would still go back into the 6794 account.
So that helps clarify because from the 215, because I thought you meant any other reimbursement we get ever from something. So for example, we have an ordinance that says if we give you casino funds for paving purposes, any reimbursement from a grant or like goes back into the casino fund. So we would be violating that ordinance if we did this for everything. But you're just saying we spend the 215, get 75 back, you want the 75 to go back in.
But also the 215 to begin with, which is
Right.
town general, yes.
Right, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the 215, yeah, okay,
Madam Chair,
yes.
question for the solicitor. So I understand that we can vote to move the 215 today, but if we're going to encumber future reimbursements, wouldn't we need to do so via ordinance, that any RIDOT MRBP dollars that come back go back to the specific paving account?
It's cleaner to do it in an ordinance, as we've done in the past, but if that's the intent, we can draft an ordinance to say that. So
That would be my preference.
It is on the agenda, but to make it clear.
So the ordinance would be any additional
Correct.
reimbursement?
And then any reimbursement from the MRBP fund be allocated to that 544679 account.
So tonight we just deal with the 215.
Right, and then I'll put the ordinance on the next meeting.
Do we have to advertise that for a certain
No.
period?
Whatever the normal advertisement would be for
Okay.
ordinances.
And I certainly don't disagree with Mike, but the reason is for openness that I wrote the fourth line on the agenda request. But my understanding is because it would be assigned to the 6794, that's why I wrote it that way. Because the 215 would go into the 6794, that's a restricted account. So the last sentence was just for clarity. I think it has to go back into that because it was spent from that account.
No, it doesn't have to.
Yes, I would disagree with that, right.
I disagree,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to. That's why I think
It's
we need to
it's
clean
restricted
it.
for spending, not for reimbursement
Yes.
purposes.
Okay, thank you.
So we need to fix that.
Can
No,
I
not
just ask,
necessarily.
Oh, is this thing that was bonded?
we had, when we did the budget, we had some line items, I don't know if this was one of them, that we would max, once we hit a certain max, oh, is that plowing?
It wasn't this one.
It was
I
the
don't think I
plowing
remember
one?
any of that.
Because Rick wants $20 million in there eventually.
I know.
Thank you.
He never wants that, Max.
But we talked about once
I
that
don't
hit,
remember which
that we
one it
wouldn't,
was, though.
we wouldn't have to keep
That was
allotting money
plowing.
for sand and salt.
Elections account.
So we did something similar to
No, it was for DPW.
and salt.
Oh,
Sand
But
and
we made that
salt,
restricted, we didn't say max, there was no
no, there
maximum.
was no max. It was just a restricted account. I don't remember doing a max.
Maybe
did,
we
but
talked
said
about
at
it
any
some,
time we could decide,
so
you know,
we wouldn't have to
enough.
put more money
Oh,
into it. If we
yeah,
had,
yeah.
if we had a year that we didn't
Yeah,
plow much or
yeah, but we
salt.
didn't max, we didn't name a max. Okay,
Madam President, I have a motion
go ahead, Mike.
that we approve the $215,555 received from RIDOT MRBP program to be reassigned to the DPW Paving and Drainage Account number 5540-6794.
Second.
Motion been made second, and all those in favor? Are you gonna do the second one?
The second one,
Would be to write an
yeah,
ordinance?
I don't need it.
Yeah.
I'll
You don't
write
need
it.
that?
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
write it for
thank
you.
you. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you
You're
all.
all set.
Thank you.
Town Administrator Land Grant Update,
So,
Landfill Grant
at
Update, sorry.
the last meeting we had, I gave you an affirmation from the USDA had approved
$962,000 to, it was, really wasn't a landfill grant. It was related to landfill because it was a disaster recovery
USDA.
declaration by the president for 2 storms. We applied for $2.1 million. They in turn came back and said that they would authorize 962, but they gave us some criteria to give further justification on the remaining, some of the remaining items. There was one item that they did say that they could not help us with because it's a reimbursable grant. And because we didn't build a fence around the landfill, they will not provide the subsidy for it. They're recommending that we go and do a resiliency grant that might be able to apply, that might qualify for that. So we did all the extra work. We got Tim Teese from PAR, Rick, Chief Jones, myself. We had another meeting with USDA, and we provided all the information they were requesting. And they gave me notice that they're increasing that $962,000 to $1,410,000.
Perfect.
So that will be used to help offset.
410 or 415?
I think it's 410, but I could be wrong. It could be, it's
Yeah.
just over $1,400,000.
Not to say, I think it's $1,415,150.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
You got that on your phone?
I do.
So I haven't got the final letter on it. I got a phone call on it, but I haven't gotten the final letter on it yet. So, and the money is parked, and it should be released by next week.
And this will help with,
Yeah, so that'll help clean up our opera money so that we can now finally use the monies instead of waiting to find out we need
yes,
landfill closure.
perfect.
So,
So
good
will we
news.
be short any money?
No, actually, we'll wind up being a little bit ahead, but.
Good, okay. Well, it's all right. There's always additional costs we run into.
So, just as a point of clarification, because I know we earmarked the full amount from ARPA, or APRA, whatever, ARPA funds, to do the landfill closure. Now, if we get 1.4.
No, we haven't used any opera monies.
That's what I
the
mean.
problem.
But we have to spend those before the
We
end of
do.
this year.
But I've been
Yeah.
juggling,
So
waiting
n-
for an answer.
So we need to spend 1.4 million like right now.
No, I'll get you the balance of what's in opera.
Okay,
Because
that's what I
there-
mean,
there-
I don't-
I don't think there's quite $1,400,000.
No, I
Okay.
think we were short there, actually, because we were
But
gonna,
we've allocated monies and spent.
we were gonna use casino money to, if
we needed to.
if we needed to.
It is, but we definitely were holding off on
Yeah.
opera to make sure that, but good news is good news, so.
Love it.
Well, thank you, and thank, Patrick
Tim
Jones had a lot to
Tim
do.
Teese helped us immensely with this from Power Engineering. He was the one that actually came up, because he basically needed an outside engineer to validate everything that the town was saying. So, and he's been phenomenal at it.
Thank you.
All right, Town Administrator, discussion and possible vote to authorize the transfer of $5,000 from Council Contingency Account 1026-890 to Recreation Events Account 8850-6690 for 2024 concert series shortage.
So, this is not at all a criticism at all of the recreation or the committee that's been doing the community events. You know, they put on some very, very good events this summer. Some of them are a little bit more costly than what they had originally anticipated. And the donation factor didn't come in as well as they had expected. I know he's short some money. I know he offered to write a check out of his own pocket. I'm not gonna let him do that.
No, his
so-
wife would divorce him too. I reminded him of
I
that.
don't think that's fair. I think he's done a phenomenal job of this, and I do think it would be appropriate for us to make that account whole.
It was a great concert series this year. Yes.
It was. Do we have money left from the power company?
We do.
We might,
Because-
but I was thinking of fireworks next year.
I don't know, it's for civic appropriations, it just seems appropriate for this.
But we have, yeah, and we have money left over. Either way, we have money both places. I don't know what we have with the power plant money, do you?
I can get an accounting of it, but
Yeah.
I believe there's some reason.
Madam Chair?
Yeah.
So my question is, again, the source of the funds. Because coming into this budget cycle, we had a couple contracts, and obviously we've settled the bulk of those. So we've got $748,820 left. How much needs to go out of that to balance out those contracts?
I would say a significant portion has to go out, but also the same token, we have a number of vacancies that will eat into that we did not factor. We factored that to have 100% employment. We were short about 8 firemen for quite some time. So I do think you're gonna have the money in your council contingency to deal with.
Okay.
It's up to you guys.
Madam President?
Yes.
One last option. The account that the 20,000 came from for the basketball courts for Booger Marsh, wasn't there 25,000 available in that grant?
That was from,
Casino Civic.
yes,
Was
as part of the
Of the casino grant.
negotiation of the.
Not casino revenue, just the
Tax agreement.
I remember you saying 25,000 in the Casino
25,000
Civic.
a year.
And you allocated 20,000 for that, so there would be 5,000 sitting there.
Yeah. Either way,
I just want to make sure, because didn't you also allocate monies for the senior center to do
yes.
some, so.
Yes.
I just wanted to double check to
Yeah.
make sure.
So can I suggest this? That whatever motion we do, we bullet it so that we direct the administrator to take money from one account first, and if that's not available, a second account. If that's not available, then council contingency.
Okay, so who wants to make that motion, please?
I'll make a motion that we either direct the administrator to, where's that line item, where's that? To transfer $5,000 to the Recreation Events Account 8850-6690 for the 2024 Concert Series shortage, and to take that money first, if available, from the power plant money. Second, if that's not available, second, the money donated by Bally's. And third, if that's not available, council contingency.
Second.
Any further discussion? Motion been made and second. All those in favor? Okay. Town Administrator, Stu Gilfillen, discussion possible vote to award contract to Town Farm Pickleball Tennis Court Development to Mario Brothers Incorporated. Stu sent me a video of this morning. And see this right
Yeah, we
here?
all got it.
That moves around and looks like a mouse. Yeah, it looks like a little maze.
Sir.
Thanks, buddy.
Stu, what is that there? The thing that I thought was a mouse.
Where? Oh, it's a shadow from the light.
Has he ever said this, when he sends you this video, that black spot moves around, and it looks like there's a mouse in the
Probably
maze?
Wendy.
What's that?
It's probably Wendy.
Yeah. So, and this will be shared publicly, but I wanted to print out some of the renderings really, just because I think they're kind of exciting. So anybody who's been over to Town Farm recently will see that the fitness park portion of this is getting close to completion. They have the pour in place rubber. They're just waiting for that crew to come in and finish it. And the Town Farm Renovation Committee met, reviewed the bids that we had in, and came forward with one from Maisano Bros. And so what you see in front of you, just to be fair, the two aren't necessarily connected, but this is based off the blueprint and the RFP that was put out there. So this will be kind of close to what you'll see. We picked town colors just to kind of showcase it, but we're actually going to put out a vote to residents to let them help pick it. We are going to kind of scaffold what's chosen so we don't end up with like aqua and pink camo, but you never know. So, but yeah, thought it was kind of cool to do something to showcase for folks what's coming, and the timeline is as soon as, if this moves forward and the council approves our request to apply the funding that had been applied for this project ready to this bid, we'll move forward and hoping to meet with a vendor this week to nail things down.
Looks
Any
great.
questions? It looks great. It does.
So this includes everything to finish the thing soup to nuts?
The only remaining piece in here that we're going to sort through is where the lights are. We're trying to see if we can reuse the light poles that are there. So, and they probably wouldn't be in the same spot. We're fortunate that we have both a playground architect and a gentleman that does commercial lighting on our committee. So they're looking into it, and then we'll also talk to the vendor. But the bid that came in relative to what was awarded by the council provides a little bit of flexibility in there. We're not expecting that if there is any additional cost, it's much.
I put a copy up here if somebody, if the
just
audience
gave mine
wants
up
to
too. I
see
saw
it
the
later.
videos.
Wait a second.
Well, yeah.
Here, if anybody wants.
the coloring underneath like the playground?
The playground, it's engineered wood fiber, and then it's also kind of like a natural color, and that'll be similar. That and the fitness park will match. The fitness
that's
park's
what I thought,
all, yeah, the rendering here actually shows that they did like wood chips, but the engineered wood fiber, it's actually all poured in place.
Any questions for Stu?
Madam Chair,
Yes, John.
I'd like to make a motion that we award the contract for the Town Farm pickleball tennis courts to Maisano Bros Incorporated in an amount of, where are you, $254,570.
Second.
Any further discussion? Motion been made in second. All those in favor? Good job, Stu.
Thank you.
Nice job. You and the committees.
All right, so I'm going to make a motion to table F, G, H, I, J until after executive.
Second.
Is that correct? Right?
You could do F, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah, I could do F.
But that's up to
Where's
you.
that?
You can
Yeah,
do
why
it.
don't we wait? Why don't we wait? Yeah. Okay, motion's been made in second. All those in favor? I'd like to entertain a motion to go into executive session. Town Administrator, Rhode Island General Law 424655, discussion related to acquisition or lease of real property for public purposes where an advanced public information would be detrimental to the interests of the public related to conservation easements and related purchase and sale. Town Administrator, Rhode Island General Law 4246581, personnel job performance evaluation for tax collector Tony Lynn McGowan, notice given. Town Administrator, Rhode Island General Law 4246581, personnel job performance evaluation for tax assessor David Roberts, notice given. Town Administrator, Rhode Island General Law 4246581, personnel job performance evaluation for DPW Director Richard F. Rogers, notice given. Town Administrator, Rhode Island General Law 4246581, personnel job performance for Fire Chief William S. Bailey, notice given. Town Administrator collective bargaining, update on DPW contract and clothing allowance. Town Solicitor, Rhode Island General Law 4246582, litigation, 0 Stafford Road, LLC v. Town of Tiverton et al., and NC-2024-312, update. Town Solicitor, Rhode Island General Law 4246582, litigation, Town Investments, LLC v. Town of Tiverton et al., NC 2024-311 update, and Town Solicitor, Rhode Island General Law 4246582, litigation, Town of Tiverton Recreation, LLC v. Town of Tiverton et al., NC 2024-417 update.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Yes.
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 All right, I'm going to take a couple minutes and go into